Previously on Critically Stupid.
We took this key and we set out to see where it would fit, where it needed to be. We explored I'll Be Back, and everything felt so fake. They stole our identity, even our mistakes. Garath like Baba, yeah, he seemed legit. But we saw Sylvie's goon and decided to split. Danny the gnome got us off to a good start. So we went to find someone named Lena Omar. At the store, we saw millions of keys. I wore an employee, and he kind of wore me. Mel got the info, and she got a name. Tess found some keys from the Fey plane. Then everything changed again. Then I lost another best friend. I'll be an utter wreck now that our friend is gone. But we're no cowards, we'll move on. The stakes are high, we have things to do. We won't hide, no, we'll see it through. But Tess, we will miss you. Testicles, we will miss you.
I just noticed like Garion's wearing a Trash Panda shirt.
It's actually just a regular. He's like on a bike.
That is definitely a trash panda. Look, it's got a whole bicycle and like
I love
jean
it.
jacket.
So cute.
Is that because you feel guilty?
A jean jacket or a jacket, if you will.
It says RIP on the back. Just
If you ever say the phrase jacket again, I'm gonna throw you out of a moving car.
Dude, there's nothing that I find funnier than seeing something that shouldn't be denim but is denim, and then replacing the first letter of whatever that thing is with a J. I saw a denim bong, and the phrase jong took me out.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I got this one.
Nice.
Oh, I got that one.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Critically Stupid, where we love drugs. Let your kids watch this show. All right, let's go to the theme song. That's good enough. Bam, nailed it.
When you hear the call to adventure into the fantasy fold, you never know
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another fabulous episode of soon to be world famous Dungeons and Dragons real play comedy podcast, Critically Stupid. I am your host and dungeon master, Alexander James. I'm also your dungeon madster. I like speeding around dungeons in my handmade wheelie carts. That's how I test them to make sure they're ready for the players. My favorite part of last episode, I'm going to steal it because I get to go first. It was absolutely Jess leaving the show. She had a great moment when she found her keys. She wrote all of us like a little snippet of a letter, which I still had to make jokes through because this is a comedy show podcast, but I was touched very, very deeply by that. I thought it was really special.
That was the opposite of my favorite moment because it made me sad.
It was
Yeah,
my favorite moment because Jess got to like
I
go.
also hated it. I couldn't believe that you just said that. That was
Wow.
My favorite moment. I
Spoilers?
loved it when Jess left.
Hey, Dianna, you go next.
Hi, my name is Dianna. I play Mel, and I also have my wolf pup, Joshua Patrick, Josh Pat J. Peasy. He is immortal and invincible and real cute up here. Just the cutest little guy. My favorite part of last episode was not just leaving because that made me sad. My favorite part was when Anthony wore the shirt that had it was, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but he got like
Sentient?
walked around. Yes, thank you.
That's
That's the
best.
word I'm looking for. You got walked around by the shirt. That was fun for me. It was real fun. Anthony, you're next.
Okay. I'm Anthony. I play Arnold the Bard, and my favorite part of last episode was also actually Jess's performance.
Ah!
It was. I'm not gonna like throw Alex under the bus. She did a great job. Like
She did a great
was-
job. I just refused
It-
to let
yeah,
it be
it made
my
me, like,
favorite because it made me very sad.
Yeah, it made us all sad. But she did such a good job selling
Oh
that.
my
That I was
God,
just like,
incredible.
damn it, how dare you? But otherwise, but otherwise, yeah, I'm like. I think of the flailing shirt part, or like the speaking shirt part, my favorite part was when I was just wildly flailing my arms continuously while talking to people in the background. It was like that, and that made my night for sure.
Incredible.
Most
Great.
normal.
Hey everybody, I'm the Stingray who killed Steve Irwin, and my favorite part of last episode was, I'm gonna be so honest, I remember nothing of last episode except Jess leaving.
Because it was sad.
And the best part of
yeah.
the episode.
So I guess like every few hours Gareth just gets hit over the head with a frying pan and loses memory of what just happened.
Sure. I like that. Give it a good canonical spin.
Yeah. So I guess my favorite part of last episode was when Gareth got hit on the head with a frying pan and lost all memory of what just happened.
I think that also
What's
happens
my
to Dianna.
excuse?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
was
and
gonna
Dianna get
say,
hit by the
fuck.
same frying
The
pan.
same frying pan.
The real
I
antagonist.
think
of our show.
Anthony's just hitting us with frying pans. It's
Oh,
like
um,
continuously dosing somebody with a love potion,
Yeah, that's how I
except
keep
it
my
doesn't have
friends.
love potions.
We have a guest on the show, dear listener. If you aren't watching us on YouTube, first of all, you should be. But also, our dear, lovely Just the Mess, aka Tess Tickles, has parted ways with the show, hopefully temporarily. But she had some personal things to take care of. She's on the path to a hot gnome summer, and no podcast can stand in the way of that. So we have a fantastic addition to our show today. We've got the lovely Jenna from Tales of the Forgotten Truth. Jenna, would you like to introduce yourself? Don't tell us about your character though, because spoilies.
No,
All right.
tell us.
Don't do that. Tell them nothing.
I
Tell
am
us
Jenna.
everything.
I will tell you nothing
Boo.
for about 5 minutes, and then after that, probably
That's all right. Make me wait for it. Work for it a little bit. I know.
It's got to be like a build up. I'm Jenna. I am a regular on the Tales from the Forgotten Troupe. We are on Twitch. We do not have a podcast because we're not cool like you guys. Also, we're just too lazy to edit our own audio. And I also make dice, do other stuff. Been nerding for a while. That's
Where can the lovely listener find you, Jenna? What are your links?
yeah. So you can find me on Instagram at Chaotic Click Clacks, and you can probably reach me. Most of the time, it's me. Sometimes it's Maria. Well, yeah, whatever. At Forgotten Troupe on Twitter.
Is it trope or troop?
Troupe,
Fuck.
but you can say Troupe. It's fine.
All right. Well, I've beefed that several times in personal conversations.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
All right. Let's do a little warm up. who do I not often start with? Arnold. In a courtroom in Waterdeep. It is a drizzly Thursday afternoon. The courtroom is packed with spectators. The tall windows going floor to ceiling have heavy curtains that are hung and braided with gold gilt, and there's rain tapping and dripping down all of the windows and walls. There is a trial that is happening. The prosecutor, I want to focus on the prosecutor for a second, is in the process of throwing this trial on purpose.
Ooh, okay.
I want to know who's in the defendant's stand. Who is this prosecutor prosecuting? Who's the victim?
Who's the victim here? Okay, do I have to say what happened to him, or just like who he is?
Wait, the victim or the defendant?
Oh, the
defendant or the
sorry. We're
the
gonna listen. It's
okay.
hilarious that I chose a barrister as the sort of main character for this episode because I don't know dick about law, and you guys are gonna learn that so fast. The defendant, please.
I just watch a lot of true crime.
Then feel free to correct me at every turn. Arnold, tell me
I'm a big
who.
Saul Goodman guy. Better Call Saul.
Tell me who they are and why they're there.
Okay. So the who is, it's a sentient puppet, and the why they're there is because their owner or creator, like their Geppetto, thinks that they still have the rights to them and still wants to puppeteer them.
Okay, a sentient puppet fighting for its own life.
That's right.
So
and freedom.
Freedom, obviously. So is the prosecutor working with Geppetto? Probably?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there's a sentient puppet sitting on the stand. He's got like a Sherlock Holmes hat cocked on his head. He proudly told the jury this morning that he dressed himself, and he looks like a hodgepodge nightmare of everybody's worst clothes. He's got like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. I'm sorry, a license-free Mickey Mouse t-shirt on.
Is he wearing a jacket?
He's got a denim jacket on.
Yes.
And you know what? In one hand, he's holding a jong, which is a racy choice for a courtroom, but he assured the judge that there was nothing in it. And he's in the process.
It's tobacco, Your Honor.
He's in the process of telling the jury, well, I woke up one day and I stood and I said, I'm a real boy. And then my dad said that I had to go chop wood. And I said, get fucked, old man.
Yeah, as you do.
Garion, the judge of this sort of trial courtroom scenario, is not what they seem to be. What is the judge? Or why are they not what they seem to be? What's going on with the judge, Garion?
The judge is a vampire.
Okay.
Who is also extremely hungover.
From just regular alcohol or what?
Yeah, no, he likes to party.
Okay.
Well, you're around for 700 years and just what? Sober all the time?
Okay.
I really wanted the judge to also be a puppet.
No, it's too late. He's a vampire now.
Well,
can he be a vampire puppet?
I wish that I was happier, and yet here we are. So.
Why are you trying to steal my stick?
Okay. So the judge lowers his spectacles to the edge of his nose, and you can see the deep undercut blue-green bags of like fleshy skin hanging loose from his eyes, and he's sort of like
blood red eyes.
I'm sorry, his blood red eyes. Thank you.
Yeah.
And he sort of like presses the bridge of his nose, and he says, "I have told you thrice now, young man. If you don't keep yourself to yourself, I'm going to burn you alive." He's a vampire, so he can do kind of whatever he wants. We're going to focus...
Just because he's a judge, and they could do
He also might just
time.
be a dick because he's a judge. Let's go law enforcement, am I right? We are going to go zoom in on the prosecutor. The prosecutor is taking the floor. He has close-cropped black curly hair. He looks like he has not had a lot of sleep and has also slept in his clothes. His barrister's outfit is rumpled and stained with several beverage stains. His tie is askew and also not tied all the way up. He's got a couple buttons missing on his shirt, and he's in the process of like shuffling through several of his notes, artistically fumbling, making it look like he's trying to hunt for information, but a keen eye notices that he's just hitting the same pattern of paper shuffling over and over and over again, wasting time on purpose. Bestie, tell me about this prosecutor's assistant.
Also a puppet.
Okay, also a puppet. Very good. How do they notice that the prosecutor is throwing the case?
How does the puppet notice?
Correct. The prosecutor's assistant's puppet. not
Right, the
defendant
puppet is. Well, I mean, I
The
think
guy
that
puppeteering can just see it.
I think he went into it kind of thinking that he would throw the case because he himself, being a puppet and working independently of his own volition, it'd be odd for him to be on the other side of things. So he assumed that he was going to throw the case because they are very close friends.
So hold on, important question about the puppets. Are they puppets like Pinocchio where you control them with strings? Or are they puppets like Kermit where somebody is like...
That is a question for Anthony and Diana. These are their characters.
Well, mine is like, where before Pinocchio's turned into a real boy, he's a wooden puppet. He's not controlled by strings anymore. I've got no strings to hold me down.
Right?
Isn't that a marionette?
I think it's a marionette.
Yeah, it is a marionette, but a marionette
So
is
the
a type of
puppets are the ones that
puppet.
you.
No, a marionette's
Aw.
like a type of
Yeah.
puppet.
I'm not a puppet expert, so I have no
I
idea.
thought you were just going to say, I'm not a
It's still
puppet.
puppeteer. I'm not a puppet.
I'm not a puppet, bro. I don't know.
I'm also not a
I
puppet
am a
or
That's
a
puppet.
too much.
robot.
Something's the defendant, however, is very muppety, very much like there used to be a hand, like he used to need a hand in
Okay.
his back, so the hole is still there for sure. That's
Wow.
That's a thing.
Okay. That's
It's a thing.
horrifying to think
That's
It
a
is.
thing.
It's
That
a-
is a thing you just said.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
It's-
So, Diana, the prosecutor's assistant is friends with the defendant, is what you're telling me.
Well, he's really close with the prosecutor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the.
That's
days
how we
mixed
knew
up.
that the
Okay.
prosecutor was
Well,
gonna
you just
throw it.
assumed they were friends because they were both puppets, huh? You think
No.
that all puppets know each other?
They do, but that's a wild assumption to make. But no, the prosecutor and the puppet have known. I feel like they've known each other since probably since the prosecutor was a boy. That's when the puppet came into his life. So it would be really not a good look if the prosecutor didn't intentionally throw it. So the puppet does notice him like shuffling through the papers and just sort of, I don't know, procrastinating.
Okay. The prosecutor flips through these papers and then spins to the puppet, who now I imagine has sort of like the soft fabricy edges of his face are slowly concaving in as he needs that like internal membrane of a hand inside him to keep his face up. So his face kind of looks like fresh mashed potatoes that are sort of like slowly having imprints pushed on them as he sits on the stand. And the
Every session, I get more and more afraid of reading your book, and I will read it because I love you so much, but I am horrified.
The prosecutor looks at the little wooden boy and says, "Isn't it true, young man, that you knowingly and of your own volition stole your father's ball peen hammer and smashed every one of his favorite cuckoo clocks with them?" And the little wooden boy says, "I didn't do it on purpose. I just wanted to scare him. I didn't know that he'd stuffed all of those precious Fabergé eggs into him. I didn't know it was his retirement fund. I didn't know." Jenna. So we've got a courtroom scene. We've got a hungover vampire, 2 living puppets, which seems to defy the odds, but I'm into it, and a prosecutor who's about to throw the case on purpose. I want you to tell me, why is this prosecutor about to knowingly throw this case?
He is going to knowingly throw the case because he has been bribed by the Puppets Guild. And
Okay.
yeah, there's like a whole like racketeering, puppeteering, scam going on, whatever.
That's really
It's
good.
not a scam. They're fighting for their rights.
I mean,
Right.
yes, but they're not adverse to using, underhanded tactics like bribery.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
underhanded.
That's fair.
All right. Okay, so he has been bribed by the Puppeteers Guild to throw the case, which means that as this living puppet on the defendant's stand is like sort of going about and explaining how he did smash his father's precious retirement fund of Fabergé eggs that apparently this old man put inside cuckoo clocks and hung around his house.
Fantasy Fabergé.
Fantasy Fabergé eggs. That's what the F in Fabergé is for. Obviously, it's an acronym.
Fantasy
It's actually for
Fabergé.
Fabergé.
It's for Fabergé, just like the jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
We noticed that the prosecutor has a series of rings on his hands that are sort of like generally decorative, except that one on his pinky is a plain, soulless black band that almost looks like a piece of onyx strapped around his finger. And as he listens to this living puppet explain how he did destroy his father's collection of precious Fabergé eggs, the prosecutor is spinning this ring almost like non-stop, insistently, ceaselessly, rolling it around his finger as he paces up and down and nods. And then the living puppet sort of lowers his voice and, staring at this prosecutor with huge eyes, says, "And that's when Lin-Manuel Miranda told me that I had to," and the prosecutor interrupts him immediately and says, "No further questions, witness dismissed, I declare mistrial." And
are you using Lin-Manuel as a safe word? What is happening? Because same.
yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
I thought it was like an us thing, but
Yeah.
the judge actually motions everybody up and sort of lowers his voice, and still looking blood red irises over his glasses with his deep hangover face, looks knowingly at the prosecutor and says, "We're throwing another one, aren't we, Gnome? In it for the retrial money, I see. Well, I can't fault you. If you can get it, smoke it. Mistrial adjourned." And then he clicks his hammer rock thingy that I know the name of. Cattle. Yes, exactly. And
So close.
I don't think they say mistrial adjourned. I think they just declare it a mistrial and then say court adjourned.
yeah, he declared it.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to sort of curtains up on you ding-dongs. Standing outside an abandoned windmill on the east side of Waterdeep. It is a gray and drizzly Thursday. You are standing at the bottom of a hill. There's like a rickety gate and like leaning stone steps overeaten with weeds and various bits of greenery and other plants that have grown in on a very narrow path leading up. The windmill itself is ragged and eaten through by years of neglect. The paving stones on the path are cracked and chipped. The windmill itself, only one of the fans still has fabric. The other three are all eaten through or pillaged for other neighborhood projects that people have decided to steal a little piece of this and a little piece of that. The windmill itself is still standing, but is in dreary neglect. What do you do?
Looking around, are there any animals, like, are there any birds around making sound? Is there anything like around that I can see?
Yeah, I think there's a copse of trees nearby, and there's like a murder of crows sort of like squawking to each other.
Okay.
Fucking what?
A murder of crows. There's no way you don't know that a group of crows is called a murder.
I'm sorry, both. Pardon me for not having fucking esoteric bird knowledge.
No, that's not
Not
esoteric.
that
bro.
esoteric.
Whoa,
It's like
you
a
don't. Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Did you know crows also remember faces?
I
Mhm.
did know that.
You knew that, but you didn't know a group of crows was called a murder?
They also
Correct.
bring people back from the dead for revenge. It's this whole thing.
And
Everybody
then peck out
knows
their eyes
that.
again. Yeah.
Crows also actually kind of hold court themselves in a
Mhm.
weird crow sort of
Yeah.
way. Crows are really smart.
Damn it, we should have
They-
made that court scene fucking crows. That would have been
Crows.
amazing.
They
I
also
didn't know
hate
you were bringing
owls.
up crows later.
All right, that's on
That's
me.
what happens when you don't give us spoilers.
Mhm.
All right. Yes, Anthony, there is a copse of trees and a murder of crows squawking to each other.
A
Can
fucking
I?
what of crow?
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
It's a conspiracy of ravens.
I just keep hitting Garath in the head with a pan every time
It
you
just
say
resets
it.
him.
It resets him. So,
Holy shit! It's a homicide of parrots.
It's actually a business of ferrets, and that is esoteric that I know that.
that's awesome. Okay, so can I kind of like, I want to single in on one of these birds just because like we're standing outside of this thing, nothing's happened yet. Arnold's in his own mind, just like in his own little world. And I want to look at like one bird that I can see making like a repetitive sound. I mean, because birds often do that. I imagine at
Sure,
least
yeah.
one I can tell, right? And I want to take out my bone flute that I
Okay.
have.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at the bird and I'm gonna blow the bone flute in hopes of muting the bird to see if it'll work on birds.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. You look at this bird and you like hold your pan flute and you wait. And the bird looks at you. And you wait. And the bird looks at you. And the bird goes, quack! And then you go, and you snatch the bird's voice from its throat, and it looks at you with murder in its eyes. And that literal murder, not other crows in its eyes.
Several crows in its eyes.
Three
So-
crows
looks
pop
at you
out of
and-
its eyes.
Like some sort of
That's-
eldritch horror.
That's actually horrifying.
That is. Okay, so like as soon as I like can recognize that it did work, my next question will be answered by I just want to like immediately cancel it and see what happens.
Okay, you feel this like tiny chittering of wind and something else in the magic pipes of your pan flute, and then do you blow to like let it go back out, or how do you release a voice in your pipes, Arnold?
Oh, good question. I always kind of figured I would like hold one note to take it and then hold another note to release it. It's
I'm
kind
into
of
that. Okay, yeah. So you press down on a certain note and you blow a chord, and the crow like finishes its caw. That's how fast I think because I think you were just testing it. I don't think you wanted to hold it to fuck with this
No, of
random
course.
bird.
No, but what I wanted
No,
to
fuck
know,
that bird in particular.
what I wanted to know, like I don't speak bird, but like if I did, do you think that bird would be saying anything in its bird language, or like that's my
It's
question?
entirely possible, Arnold, but you would need an alley-oop with a character that did speak with animals to know that, because it's just going to sound like bird to you. Even if you
It's
hold
Also,
it in
me.
your
You
pipes.
can't.
I can speak with animals.
You also can't just be like, so I know I can't talk to birds, but like if I could talk to birds, what would they be saying?
Yeah, that was a wild call, though. I love it.
Well, what I was hoping is it would actually just sound like English, because it's a magic thing that makes people say mean things about me.
yeah,
so I wasn't
it's not
sure.
That, it's not
It's
that
not-
magical,
okay.
though.
Okay, I was wondering.
All right, Garath, roll up to that. You roll up to that windmill door. The door itself is chipped and clearly like missing big pieces near the door frame, which is just a rough set of flagstones, and you can hear the wind whistling as it blows through the inside of this windmill. However, the key that you brought with you from Lena Ulmar's Keymaster shop slides neatly into the lock, which actually, as you look at it, Garath, is brand new. Shiny silver, barely a scratch on it, and the handle is a very elegant sort of like fluted silver. And you turn and there's a smooth, like oilless clicking of gears, and the door swings open. You are looking at a 15-foot round windmill sort of base with a very plain set of stone stairs leading up, and then a central hole in the ceiling where you imagine a sort of like mill apparatus would have existed when this windmill was operating, but is currently empty.
So can I look around for signs of people having been there recently? Because if the lock is brand new, it almost feels like somebody is having this place look abandoned on purpose.
Ooh, okay. Give me an investigation check, please, Gary.
I would love to. Fuck, my character's not that smart, dude.
Bestie, Josh Pat walks in the door and immediately starts snoofling around, very excited for all the new smells.
I got an 11 for investigation.
11. You are pretty sure that people have been here recently. There is a very thin layer of dust on the base of this mill apparatus, where clearly this wooden pole like met like a pillar, and there was some sort of like gears in there a long time ago. There's some dust on that. There's some boxes and bits of like linen pulled hastily over barrels. However, there are fresh scuff marks on the stone steps leading upwards. So there's a little column A, a little column B.
Okay. I think that I'll motion for the gang to follow me inside, but also motion for them to follow inside quietly.
Okay.
And I really look Arnold in the eyes, and I'm like,
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, so I get that, and I'm like, so I would do then an investigation
pull out my trumpet.
myself, because like obviously, yeah, that's like,
this is my trumpet of stealth.
so I'd immediately be like, okay, he doesn't want me to speak. What's going on? Is there a trap? Are we gonna die? What's going on? So like, I want to know if like I would, would Arnold be able to recognize that anything dangerous is going on, or because obviously I don't know.
I think that Garath would try to get that message across to you deliberately.
Okay.
Like I would try to convey that to you.
I would love to know how.
It looked like this.
Yeah, you started with the classic kindergarten hush hush sound, but like
So
how
I
do you
do
then...
the hush. I do the hush hush sound, and then I do one of these. I'm like, and then I like jerk my thumb in there.
Okay, for the audio only listener, Garion didn't rely on visual bits for that at all.
Yeah, no, what you heard is what I did.
All right, hey, you know what? Pretty stealthy.
Okay,
like
so
it.
Arnold goes, okay, walk upstairs, got it, and just like slowly starts walking up the stairs, like trying to copy his fingers, like I'm going up this way. Got it, just like.
Arnold, you make it 4 steps
Okay.
before you and Dianna, as Mel, notice the same thing. I think, Mel, you walking in here, your instincts would be on high alert. You would automatically be scanning for traps, but different traps than the rogue would be looking for. I feel like Garath would be looking for classic traps like wire over the steps, or maybe like a handspring behind a door, sort of like classic dungeon traps. Whereas Mel, as a ranger, I feel like your particular spidey senses are geared more towards environmental living things, which explains why you and Arnold see the same thing at the same time, which is a pair of wide green eyes staring at you between a crack in the floorboards and the ceiling above you.
So I look back at Garath, and I'm just like, shh, and I go, like
You should do like a big binocular.
like a big binoculars.
Did the eyes see us?
The eyes are watching you.
They are what? Okay, that's what I thought.
I mean, I feel like it's
so
safe
at
to
this
assume
point,
that
I
if
don't
you
know why
see
we're
eyes-
being like stealthy. Like, what the fuck if they've already seen us?
But they haven't heard us.
Incredible.
I think that how does Josh
Surely-
Pat feel about it?
He's just sniffing.
Still just sniffing?
Yeah.
Given that he's not alarmed, because he's got a pretty good sense of smell, obviously, Mel wouldn't be quite as on high, but she would still be like ready to throw down if needed to.
Gotcha.
She just assumes everyone is a threat at this point.
Honestly, fair point. Arnold, are you still going up the stairs?
Okay, so when I'm seeing these eyes, do I see them moving at all? Is there any kind of movement as I'm
No,
staring?
they're kind of frozen on the floor, on the floorboard, I should say, on the crack between the
Right, as
floorboards
if they're
staring
like
at
looking
you.
down. So I have to do the, I'm in character, so I have to, like Arnold just like, I think someone lives here, guys. Like, hey, we have a key. We're here. It's a fantasy Airbnb thing. We rented this. I'm lying. Oh God.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so
Wait, hold on. Did Arnold say that?
Oh,
Did
he
Arnold
said it.
go?
No, yeah,
"I'm
he for
lying,
sure-
Oh
no,
God.
he for sure said it.
He said it.
Okay, a figure leaps down the stairs towards you and falls a lot. He trips at the top of the stairs and sort of like slams into the wall, and then like sort of like careens off the staircase because it doesn't have a banister or a handrail anymore, and falls like 10 feet and sort of like lands with like a sickly bone-laden thud on this cobblestone floor of this windmill.
Oof.
And then he pops up and he says, "Hello, hello. What's this, tasty morsels? I didn't realize we were expecting company." You are looking at a broad-shouldered man with a bald, very sweaty head, torn cuff, canvas shirt, almost like sailor garb, but that's been like seen some shit, and like sun-bleached and torn and stained up. But he actually almost smiles, and there's a big gap between his 2 front teeth, and it's a fairly friendly smile. And he says, "My name's Jump Rope."
How close am I to him?
You're on the stairs, so he's like 6 feet down and 5 feet away. I mean, you guys can talk to each other, but if you were gonna hit him, you'd have to move for it.
Okay, so this is what I want to do. I want to extend my hand awkwardly toward him and walk down the stairs while I talk to him. That's what I'm
Incredible.
he knows I'm coming the whole time.
Sure, for sure.
So I was like, yo, Jump Rope, it's so nice to meet you. I'm sorry about I don't know what I said before. Sometimes I panic and I just say things, but I am Arnold. I am a bard. I am also a spy. I work with these people. We're not here for spy missions. I just like to say that because it's a brag and I feel good about it.
He, as soon as you extend your hand and start walking, he extends his hand and waits.
This is my best. This is the best. So I get to the bottom and I'm just like, it is so nice. And I go near his hand and just kind of do a thing where like we do this. I don't know.
You just tap his hand.
Like Abed and Troy from Community.
Yeah.
All right. Word. He says, "Oh, that's a bit of weirdness. I quite like it. Yeah. All right. What's going on, Arnie? What you doing here, mate? This is it's been a minute since we had visitors. Huh?
So I'm just. I was gonna say I'm here with my friends. They can explain. Would you mind if I take a look around? Like, can we just take a look around?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would totally mind that. That's
I was hoping.
What a wild thing to ask. I'm American now. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, come to another man's home.
Yeah.
Have to look around for some reason.
You notice I didn't come into your home and asked to fondle your undergarments or whatever weird shit you were here to do in my home.
We didn't know it was anybody's home. You know, we just saw this like real cool structure, and Arnold really just enjoys shit like this. That's obviously look how enthusiastic he is. He just thought it'd be cool to check out, and we didn't have anything else to do. And you know, I'm so sorry we intruded, but it's cool. Like you live in a windmill. That's
above table question. How did we get the key again?
You got the key because you found it on the floor in a mausoleum in the city of the dead after a grave robbing gone wrong.
I don't remember the name of who it belongs to.
Lafayette.
Up table. Thank you.
Garath, you hear a clicking sound come from the ceiling above you as Jump Rope looks at Arnold and says, "Yeah, no, for sure. I can imagine you were walking through the neighborhood and thought, wow, that's a wicked windmill. Maybe I'll help myself to a tour and unlock the door."
Well, actually, I was the one who unlocked the door. I break the law by trade.
Oh ho ho! A fellow enthusiast of the night, is it? That came out poorly. You also steal things and other nighttime activities.
I sure do steal things, but I can assure you, friend, that in this case, I intended not to steal anything from this windmill.
I tell you what, you seem like a right proper figure. I enjoy the rapscallion company of fellow rogues. You can come up. Come, there's nothing to see here. And he puts 1 foot on the stone pedestal in the middle of this floor that used to house the mill apparatus, and with a jump that almost defies even Garrett's acrobatics, leaps to the top of the steps ahead of where Arnold was before Jump Rope came down, and beckons and says, "Come on."
Real quick about the ticking sound. Do I recognize it as anything, like a bomb or something?
Give me a perception check, Garath. Let's see. Actually, Diana, you make one too. You've heard a lot of weird sounds.
That is a 19 plus 3 is 22.
22 is quite good. Let's see if Bessie beats it.
16.
Garath and Diana, Garath and Mel, you actually recognize this sound because it's fairly common. It's almost so common that it would be easy to lose in the mass codex of sounds that you keep in your head. It's a flint and steel scraping together. You've heard it. I mean, Diana has to have heard it 1,000 times as a ranger making campfires in the wilderness. And I mean, Garath, every time you light a lantern for one of your rapscallion roguish acts.
And you said it was coming from above us, from the ceiling?
Correct.
Okay, and when we get upstairs, do I see anybody on the second level making a fire using flint and steel?
So on the second level, there is clearly a squatter's apartment. There's 2 pallets of wood that have like a cloth strung between them for like a makeshift bed, 2 makeshift beds set next to each other. There's a window that's just open to the elements with like bird shit staining the lintel. There's a coffee table that's just a barrel sawn in half and splintered at the edges. And sitting on one of the pallet cloth beds is another figure wearing cast off clothes, lighting a jong.
Hell yeah. Fuck yes. Quick. I want to do something really quick before like dialogue starts.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to say to what's this fellow's name again?
Jump rope.
Jump rope.
Jump rope, of course. How could I forget that?
I don't know.
Arnold hit you on the head with a pan.
Yeah, that'll do it. Excuse me, jump rope. I'm so sorry. I was missing my courtesy. I left the front gate unlocked when I picked it. I'm going to go relock it so we are no longer disturbed.
All right. I appreciate that quite a bit much, senor. It's good to have house guests with etiquette.
When I go out, relock the gate, whatever. But I also like toss my teleporting knife like outside just in case like
You
they're
just
trying to
throw it
stop
on the
us.
grass.
I mean, what if someone's gonna take it? I'll find out very quickly.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Mel and Arnold, you are on this second floor, sort of like squatter's apartment. Jump rope is there. He sits on, again, there's like a pillar in the middle of the floor that used to house this sort of like central windmill pipe, but is currently empty. And then there's another fella lighting up a jong on the
Hitting the
on
jong.
thing, which I must say is a fantasy apparatus for smoking tobacco and not anything unsavory. So, Garath, there is a set of stairs leading up, but it's been blocked off by several boxes and barrels and like other obstacles.
So was the sound of the flint and steel, I assume, was this person lighting the jong?
Correct. Yes.
Badass.
As you can see here, there's really nothing to see. It's a sort of my friend TP and I live here, and there's a sort of camaraderie of rapscallions, and so it was just nothing to see at all in the slightest.
How did you guys end up here?
And can I have some of whatever's in that jong?
We moved in. We saw an abandoned house in the field and thought, gosh darn it, that's a great summer home. And we sort of moved our worldly goods in. And yes, of course, you can hit this sweet jong. TP, give it here. And TP like goes like, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you smoke weed. This guy smokes weed.
And he hands it to you, Garath. He doesn't even jump rope doesn't even take a middleman's hit. He just hands it straight over.
Hell yeah, dude. Badass.
That's a good host right there.
I'll hit the jong.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me, Garath, and tell me what happens. Or tell me what number you roll.
I was gonna say roll a d20.
Doesn't
Just
really
tell you what
matter.
happens. Well, bestie.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit, I fucked it up. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
So I'm just like a little toasty.
Nope. I've got a table.
What the fuck?
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
just smoked.
For an 8, Garath, you're going to spend the rest of this encounter, or until I decide it's no longer funny, speaking with a Southern accent.
Oh, hell yeah.
What was in that jong?
Oh, hell no. I never should have smoked this shit. Now my ass in North Carolina.
Jump rope extends it to you, Arnold. He actually plucks it gingerly from Garrett's hands and says, would you like a little bit? It's some fantastic stuff.
Hooey.
So I see Gareth there, and I'm like, I've never done anything. What do I and I look at Mel and I'm like, am I gonna die?
All the cool kids.
Probably not.
So I just like immediately like I try to do it. Like, why would
Okay,
I
like to imagine that Arnold has no idea how to smoke a fantasy jong.
not at all. Not even a
So
little.
jump
He
rope,
just blows it.
I blow bubbles.
So jump rope actually lovingly like comes over and helps you, and he like strikes the thing for you. He's like, all right, yeah, hold that. Yeah, now take a huge breath. Big one. Yeah, no,
not
keep
a
going, keep
super
going.
huge. No,
Yeah,
not that
really,
big.
really
No,
breathe it
no,
in.
Really,
no,
really-
Arnold, no. Ooh.
Fill your whole lungs.
That was a-
So I
It's his,
so
it's
I
his first time, jump
so do I roll a
It's
d20?
what?
rope. First time.
Is his first?
Okay.
Oh no.
You mean to tell me, now I don't mean to be condescending, friend, but you couldn't tell that from the way he was lighting that, or dare I say not lighting that there, Jong?
I thought it was a bit. Arnold, roll a d20.
All right, I got a 13.
13.
Oh.
Ooh, nice. Okay. For the rest of this
Uh-oh.
encounter, you have lost the use of your hands.
Okay.
Immediately drops the Jong on the ground.
Jump rope. You know what? Jump rope catches it. He's used to
Okay.
it. And he looks
Yeah,
at you. He's
that
like,
happens.
"Are you all right? It's strong stuff in it."
So can I just like, I feel my hands just like puppet awkwardly. So I cast Mage Hand on one of my hands. So it's just like a phantom hand.
Yeah, but I like it better that it's you see Mage Hand, but Mage Hand is picking your hand up and animating it
Just
for
trying to
you.
move it. Nice. I love
You
that.
could use Mage Hand to like pick up a pen and write something, but instead you use Mage Hand to control your fingers.
I
But
love
jump rope says, so to what do we owe the pleasure? Clearly there's nothing really to see here. It's sort of just a standard squatting scenario. Nothing suspicious about it, of course.
So above table, what do they have the pleasure? Like, why are we here?
You guys are here to figure out what this key goes to. This
Fair
key
enough.
was
I think we figured it out.
the key. You might remember that Lena Umar told you that the key belonged to Gnome Kibbins.
Okay. So we actually stumbled upon. Oh fuck! Not the key, because I said I broke in. We were down at a bar.
We're
a
looking for
tavern.
somebody.
It's Trollskull Manor. If you've
Where's
ever
your
heard
southern
of it.
accent, Garion?
Shit! Thank you for reminding me, Diana. Well, now, friend. We were out there drinking that. What's the southern slang term for alcohol?
Soko.
Booze.
Who's
Anyway.
who's pretty good.
We're down at the Tavern Trollskull Manor, pretty good if you've never heard of it. And the bartender there, a wonderfully charismatic man, said something about a man named Gnome. What was it? Gnome Higgins.
Kibbins.
Does his name sound familiar to you?
Diana, you see Jump Rope's eyebrows shoot sky high, and even TP slumped against his palate sort of like sits up a little bit straighter. And Jump Rope says,
I sit up a little bit gayer.
Jump Rope says, you, what was that name you said? You said
It was
home? There's no home here.
Gnome.
Well, this looks like a home to me, friend.
Well, a house is
No.
a home if you know how to make it homey.
As long as the crafting station is next to the furnace, that there's a home.
That's a classic Skyrim reference. I love
His name
that.
was. Say his
was
name again,
Minecraft,
Bestie,
but
above
close.
table.
Gnome
don't think
Kibbins.
It is Gnome Kibbin.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where home came from.
Yeah,
You
I
said-
think it's him dodging the question. No, we're looking for a gnome, Kibbins.
Gnome.
Do you know gnome? You friends of gnomes? What
Well, I
about
mean-
what about Keanbro? You friends with Keanbro?
Now I can't say that we have met Keanbro, but I'll say we know him once or twice. I'll tell you, as fellow creatures of the night, as you said earlier yourself, we've brushed tails once or twice.
Oh, so you could describe gnome. Go for it.
There might be prying ears about. Don't want to give away any unnecessary information.
No. You said you've met him. Give me one.
I
give me a
believe
single
actually-
characteristic.
I believe my words were brushed tails once or twice.
And all right, describe his tail.
It was prehensile, like a cat's, rather than a dog's that just wags. He can curve his tail all about and move it and such.
Damn it, TP. I think these people know who gnome is. Now you're sure that you have met Gnome, you're friends with Gnome, and now he's looking at you, Mel, because clearly he thinks you're in charge here.
So while
She's
they're
the only
doing that,
one not high, which is ironic because Diana is high.
So while they're all talking and no one's paying attention to Arnold, can he be casting Mage Hand to take another hit of that? Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He casts Mage Hand and he's just in the background, just like.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think Garath notices and like gives him a little nudge, like, yo.
Okay. Arnold, you lose function of both of your arms up to the shoulder.
Okay.
Do I get a second accent on top of my southern one, or do I just roll again?
Just
Garath. No, Garath, I want you to roll again, because I think you've got a little bit of experience with what's ever in this jong. So I'm going to give you a second effect off the table.
5.
Oh, easy. You're only going to take 10 points of poison damage.
That happens, sometimes you hit the jong and the jong hits back, like.
I mean,
what
been
can
there.
you do about it?
I've been hit by the jong before.
I too have been hit by the jong before. Mel would she'd say, you know what, honestly, I've never met him. I'm with him. He knows him, obviously, but he's under the influence, clearly. So
many influences.
So many influences. So I'm not familiar with him, no, but we are looking for him.
In an effort to be upfront about our black market expertise and our life in the underground, we're not necessarily peddling murder or nothing hardcore like that. We're more in the and then he like looks around, in the drug trade.
Hello. Have we a spot of bother in the windmill today? What do you got on you, friend? You got chicken feet? You got horse lungs? You got a little cloud vapor?
I think with like creative liberty given to me by the DM, I think Garath does like pull out just like a dime bag of something.
Yeah.
This here is the little to-go personal stash. I have some little special that was personally ordered by Gnome, which is why we are here. Can I get advantage because he's about to take a line of whatever's in this baggie?
He's absolutely not about to do that, but I do love pulling it into the narrative. So I think TP pipes up from the back and he says, "Oh gosh, Jump Rope, I think these guys are really in tight with Gnome if they know what the doctor's prescribed him. I've seen Keanbro coming in with little baggies that look just like that. I think this might be like a doctor visit." And Jump Rope leaps to the side and grabs a broom from like a pile of trash, and this thing's like rotted and all of the wicker has fallen out, but he slams it above him, and actually you see there's a thin square of very cleverly concealed wood in the flagstone ceiling that you hear like a thumping, like a broom would make on a wooden floor, and it reverberates through the ceiling above, and it sounds like, I mean, you can't mistake the sound. It sounds like an alarm. And Jump Rope says, "Oh, well, if you're here to see, I mean, if you've got the goods for Gnome, then you better go right up. I've heard from Keanbro that he's not feeling tip top, which is a shame because I've had now. What strain have you got there, friend? Because I've tried some, but not the goods."
Well, now we really have a variety because now we are not necessarily doctors in the went to medical school sense, so we can't necessarily diagnose what he has. However,
but we do honor doctor-patient confidentiality, so we will not be sharing with you what the strain is. Can we go up there and see him now?
Oh, that's a tricky bit of business. All right. So from above the stairs, you hear a click of a latch, and a square of light shines down the stairs, quite bright, not like Bruce Almighty, God's street light to the ceiling kind of vibe, but like enough light that clearly there's a lot of natural light above you. And down walks Jenna, if you'd like to tell the players who they see walking down the stairs.
Well, you might recognize him as a pretty famous, folk hero. He's also played in some plays before, one in particular where he goes crazy and kills everyone because they killed his dog. So,
Keanu Reeves.
It's Keanbro, man. Pull your
not
shit
based
together.
off of any licensed characters or existing anybody. No, not at all.
What is it they put all resemblances to characters, real or fake, is strictly
It's
a matter of
completely
coincidence and happenstance?
Entirely coincidental.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. So you see a guy, he's about 6 foot tall.
Keanu Reeves height.
Coincidence. He's got like shoulder length black hair, brown eyes, in good shape, wearing chainmail. He's got a shield, he's got a long sword, and he's like, "Sup, jump rope, what's going on?"
Hello, Keanbro. These fine figures here came in for a wee prescription drop off for your amigo gnome up there, and I feel like it's quite time. It's been a minute since he's had his medicine in it.
Yeah. I don't think he's taken it in a long time.
Well, I'm glad I live down here and not up there. That's scary stuff.
Yeah. It's fine though. We're making it work, just chilling.
Well, we are trying our absolute best to help out in any way we can, specifically by providing various narcotics.
Alex, would Arnold recognize Keanbro from the various plays that he's been in?
Keanbro Jenna, I should ask. How prolific is Keanbro in the sort of acting scene at Waterdeep? Not
like a one hit wonder. Not like, any
Arnold,
real
I think
actors out there that
I
have
think
lots
you
and lots of
vaguely
movies.
recognize the name as like maybe you heard somebody talk about it once a long time ago, but it's definitely not pulling up any immediate recall.
Right. Okay. So Arnold would walk up the stairs, like, "Oh, Keanbro, I think I've heard your name." And he kind of tries to like swing his arm like this, like just like wildly, like I'm trying to shake this guy's hand, like just like awkwardly. Just, I think, weren't you in that one play? It was, and I just continue like the whole time he's just continuing to
just
try
like
to slap,
trying to
just
like throw
over
his
and over.
shoulder.
And his arm it's getting a little bit of momentum, I think. As
Yeah.
Like, I like to imagine that at one point Mage Hand will just like get frustrated and catch the wrist to like shake his hand for him. But
Keanbro, I think a nervous and sweaty bard rolls up the stairs in front of you, and his pupils are fucking shot. And he says that he's recognized you from a play a long time ago, and then a mage hand picks up his limp hand and holds it in the air in front of you.
Oh yeah. And he just goes and he fist bumps him. Just gives him a nice fist bump. Like,
I totally
"Sup,
thought you were
bro.
I thought you were
Cool trick."
about to say like he gently kisses the hand.
So, it's like, "Oh, it's nice to meet." Or I don't gesticulate. I just it's,
Yeah.
It's nice to meet a fellow artist, craftsman like yourself. Like I also perform mostly music. You just like I can act probably. I've never tried.
Yeah. Well, you should try. It's fun. You all right, dude?
Okay, so there's this thing, Mage Hand, and I try to summon Mage Hand to go grab the bong again.
Do you need help with that, dude?
Yeah, Jump Rope is holding on tight to the bong, and so Mage Hand drags him like 2 feet while he fights you.
I'm sorry. What is Jump Rope holding on to?
Jump Rope's
jong.
holding on tight to the jong,
I
and
apologize.
Mage Hand tries to grab it and drag him, but Jump Rope is fighting it. While this is happening, Dianna, you hear dripping from the sky, from the trap door that Keanbro just walked down, somebody muttering please over and over and over again. Please. Very quietly.
Normal.
Yeah, totally normal. Hey, so not to interrupt this artist conversation, but we've got stuff for Gnome, so
Sure, I can take
go.
the stuff.
Well, you know,
we need to
like my
be the
coworker here mentioned, the patient doctor confidentiality. We
Yeah.
cannot simply hand off the medication to a third party. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah, no, that sounds legit, dude, and not at all made up.
No, we know.
I mean, it's not.
We know what we're
Made
talking. We
up.
know exactly what we are talking about at all times.
You're a doctor?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Actually, he specifically said he wasn't. We just also honor doctor-patient confidentiality.
But if there's not
we
a doctor here
treat-
that's not
we
doctor-patient
treat-
confidentiality.
It's our
Well,
policy.
drug
It's our
dealer patient
policy.
confidentiality does not have the same ring
Oh,
to it.
yeah, like snitches get stitches type things.
Right.
Yeah.
I was trying not to have to
Right.
just spell that straight out, but here we are. We got the stuff, so
Yeah.
we got to make sure he gets it, and it's got to be a direct handoff.
Keanbro, from behind you, you hear your name in that same like sort of like muted, rushed whisper saying, Keanbro, they're back.
Oh.
They're back, Keanbro. Keanbro.
I'll be up in a minute.
Nasty business.
My man, just chill for a second.
The bugs in my skin, they're back.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you really want to go up there. It's a little bit things are a little tense right now, you know?
Well, you know what? I didn't really want to go to work today, but you got to get that bag, so here I am.
Yeah,
I'm just doing
I
my
mean,
job.
If he bites you, I'm not liable for that then if you come upstairs. Like,
No, of course I understand. You signed all
Yeah.
the papers.
Sure, whatever, dude. Bro, whatever. All right, well, whatever. He just like gets out of your way and like,
All right, who's going up first? I imagine it's Arnold because he's on the stairs.
Yeah, I'm already on the way up.
All right.
So
Yeah, I think
Keanbro on your way up gives you a nice pat on the back, and he's gonna do lay on hands for 5 and cure poisons. So you can
All right.
use your hands again.
As you walk past Arnold, you Keanbro Steves slaps you on the back, and you feel just like you take a breath and like you feel like you breathed in like a fresh burst of air, and then all of a sudden your arms move again normally.
that's a crazy bummer. Imagine like you're just like at a party and then your friend slaps you in the back and sobers you up immediately.
He can be a literal buzzkill.
Like all of a sudden you're just like, "Ugh, where am I? I want to go
Like
home.
when people get Narcaned. There's like
Yeah. You gotta
All
move back after you do that to people though, because they wake up
they
swinging.
real angry that you just ruined their high, even though they were low key dead.
Yeah.
Arnold, you
So-
walk up these stairs, and as soon as the top of your head breaks the threshold of this trapdoor that you walk up, it is like you stepped into a different world. The top 2 floors of this windmill have been converted into the most elegant, high fashion penthouse you have ever seen in your life. The floor is white Cavitera marble. The windows are floor to ceiling and fluttering with like lace drapes that are like framing a sunset over Mount Waterdeep, and you can see griffins pinwheeling in the sky in a 360-degree panorama. There's
The sunset is really weird because it's noon.
yeah, your eyes are paper tight right now. There's velvet couches and tasteful ottomans, and the steps leading up are a tightly curved spiral wrought out of like silver and have like vines and plants wreathing up them as they go. This whispering.
So
that
there's
you hear-
another level above this.
There's one more level that's clearly a narrowing as the top of the windmill sort of like funnels to its tip. But this whispering that you hear, Arnold, is coming from the top floor.
Okay.
As you walk up into this floor proper, you also notice the signs of new dereliction. There are newspapers fluttering all over this place that have scribbled handwriting across all of their margins so that each page looks like it's fully written over. There are bits of like food containers and trash and clothes strewn everywhere. And then you hear that whispering coming from upstairs. Please, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I didn't do this. I didn't want this.
And I think Garath will also come up.
Yeah, I assume unless you tell me otherwise that everybody's going upstairs. Bestie, Josh Pat starts snuffling around Jump Rope as he's holding the jong, and Jump Rope goes, Hello, young master. You want a little bit?
Do
Yes,
not
he
give my
does.
dog drugs.
Let Josh Pat rip the jong.
No, weed
Madam,
is real bad for dogs.
I resent
It's not weed, it's
I resent
tobacco.
the implication. I would never have your dog
You
sundry
literally
his
just
body
asked, would you
with-
like a hit? You just asked my dog.
These are
You know
not
what?
drugs, madam. These are fine psychoactive brain-altering chemicals. Drugs are a
Josh
nasty
Pat, come
bit of
here.
street business. Okay.
Jump rope, my man. Can you
Yeah,
just
what's-
like make sure that nobody else comes up, in case the authorities, the cops get kind of testy or whatever,
I'm gonna be
Look
real
out
with
for
you,
me,
Keanbro.
buddy.
I did a pretty bad job of that before this, so yeah, I'll do a better
Yeah.
job moving forward.
That would be great.
I'm gonna relock the door.
That would be great. Here,
Okay.
just fist bumps him.
Yeah, jump rope like jumps up and like fist bumps Keanbro on the stairs. All right.
Are we all on is Keanbro with us still
Mm-hmm.
on that landing?
You guys sure you want
Or
to?
not the landing, but like on the floor with the newspapers and the we're all
Yeah.
up there is what I'm getting at.
I think so.
Because I think that, Mel hearing him mutter and kind of hearing all the sort of people alluding to something, she would pull Keanbro kind of aside a little bit and be like, listen, we were told that this was going to be a very just straightforward deliveries, that somebody needed their, medicine. This is not what is going on here?
Well, you see, I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give my name,
All right.
but my dog is Josh Pat. You heard that.
All right,
And he's a
Josh
very
Pat's
good boy.
mom. I tried to make that easy for you all, and now you could just give me the stuff and then leave. That's totally viable, but
We could do that.
probably
because this
already knows
episode
you're
would be
here,
very
so
short.
it's gonna be,
What I mean, it's our usual practice that we don't hand off to somebody in the middle because we've done that before, and then they never
That's
the
how drugs
medicine
get
never
out on
gets
the
to
street.
where it needs to be. So that's just our usual practice. But again, we were under the impression this is going to be very straightforward, but
Mhm.
obviously there's something else going on here. So, can you, I don't know, just tell us what's going on, and then maybe I can discuss with them whether we do want to just hand it off to the middle person. Just what's going on?
Gnome's not quite home right now, if you know what I mean,
Is that just the withdrawal though, or
I don't think so. He's been kind of
Yeah,
weird
because typically,
since we were
typically not being home is a symptom of the opposite of withdrawal. That made more sense.
ignore him? He
Let's just walk
he
by.
hit the gong like twice. You were saying he's not been the same since when?
well, we went ghost hunting, just for funsies, like you do. And after that, he's not been quite himself, just
Arnold and Garath, hit me with an insight check, please. Diana, hit me with a perception check.
In my experience, most ghosts are actually very friendly.
It's true.
Gareth got a 12 on insight.
12 on insight. Arnold?
We have a 13.
13, so marginally
Bastard.
better.
Exactly the same. 16.
16. All right. Arnold, Keanbro he's playing it straight up. He's telling you the truth, but as he says ghost hunting, his right eyelid twitches just a little bit.
Okay.
Bestie, on one table next to the stairs, you notice an open briefcase and what look like patent papers and law documents sort of fluttering in the breeze, moving through these open windows. Arnold, go ahead.
Okay, so when Arnold hears ghost hunting, he's immediately like, okay, so what kind of ghost hunting do you do? I don't know much about the drugs. I'm just here for reasons, but mostly I'm very interested in ghosts. We have a ghost at our house. I live with a ghost, one of my best friends. Yeah, I've met many ghosts actually, so I'm curious about that. How did that go? Are you okay with it? Is everything all right with the ghosts?
I mean, they're ghosts. Some of them are cool, some not so cool.
Some of them are ghoul.
No, ghouls are different, actually, but whatever. Sure. Yep.
You like that one, Alex?
I'm gonna
Alex
fucking kill you. I hate you so much. I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. Jenna is doing an amazing job doing the roleplay, but fuck you, Gary. You know what I mean?
So Arnold's like, okay, well, did you recently meet some of the not so cool ghosts?
Yeah, those are the ones I usually like hunt after. Like sometimes just undead in general, which
okay,
it's just kind of what I do.
Is your friend over here? Do you think is he perhaps possessed by something evil?
Could be.
Interesting. Does anyone know?
Super chill though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just like, yeah,
does not ever get ruffled.
He's possessed, but in like a chill way.
Yeah. Actually, not very chill, but like it's, everybody has their days, right?
Okay.
Well, why don't we go talk to? Oh, sorry, hold on. Well, why don't we go talk to?
There it is.
Gnome, and see if the prescribed medicine can kick whatever demon is hooting and hollering around in his brain.
Sorry, I'm gonna need you to redo that in a southern accent.
That was
as
about
close as you will get.
That's as close
Just
as
kidding,
we get,
I'm just
Jenna.
kidding.
Real talk.
Hootin' and hollering.
Hootin' and
All
hollering
right.
is quite good. All right. Gareth, you headed up?
Yes, sir.
Really quick, Mel, would you like to do anything with the briefcase that I showed you, or are you just gonna?
I know I see. Can I see any details of it?
You notice that one of the front papers has a diagram of a puppet on it.
I think that. So typically, Mel isn't one to like pry into people's business in general, but now she's a little bit worried about everything that everyone's saying, and she kind of wants to know what they're getting into. So I think she would ask in this instance, not so much to pry or be nosy, but just trying to get a better idea of what's going on. But before the ghost hunting, I'm just gonna say it. What is with the puppet drawing?
I think that's probably related to his work.
Oh, what kind of work does he do?
He's a lawyer.
Barrister,
sense
please.
why he
This is
needs-
fantasy.
Barrister, lawyer,
come
but
on.
Oh, I mean,
prosecutor, whatever.
were there any big cases that might be contributing to his symptoms?
I don't really know that because, I guess there's attorney-client privilege or something, barrister-client privilege.
Thank
No,
you.
there-
Thank
there-
you.
It's
Appreciate
kind of
it.
like
There
that.
No, there is, but I mean, trials are usually public knowledge. Was there a trial that he was? I want to make sure we're giving him the right medicine, and I'm not medicine, and I'm not sure that we are because we didn't get the whole story, and we're here to help, and I'm not sure that we're gonna be able to help him unless we really know what's going on.
Can I interrupt really quick and ask an above table question that has no relevance on the game at all? Dianna, did you sign a Hippocratic oath?
No,
point?
doctors do the HIPAA. So we don't sign one when we graduate nursing school. We read our own thing, but
Okay.
we all have to do a whole shit ton of HIPAA training every goddamn year.
Because there's a very
Samesies.
strong desire to do good that I'm getting from Mel right now that I love.
I
think it's great,
think I don't know. I don't even know if that's all Mel or if that's just there was mentions of doctors and medicine, and I just turned on. Doing an
It's
assessment
HIPAA.
now. I'm trying to get all the background
Tell me about
information, trying to figure out the
environment. Is there any
symptoms.
sort of,
whatever.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm just doing a full-on medical assessment on this fictional character right now.
Do we need to refer to psych?
I'm gonna cut away from Keanbro and Mel and go to Arnold and Garath walking up the stairs.
Okay.
You walk up this tight wrought silver spiral staircase, which is again made with no handrail. It's just open to the air. And you poke your heads to the
You
top
guys
level,
are gonna die from
which is
falling down
a
the stairs.
narrow, tall, conical chamber with, again, floor-to-ceiling windows with elaborate stained glass mosaics thrown open to show, again, this huge, like, 360
Go ahead.
panoramic view of the sun setting over Mount Waterdeep. Thank you, Arnold.
I was just gonna let him struggle.
Yeah, I know. There is a massive king-sized bed pushed against one wall, and sheets of silk and various expensive threads and Egyptian cotton and fine mahogany and leather-bound goods. And sitting in a pile of shattered slivers of beaten steel is a man with tight-cropped black curls and deep shadows cut into his face. He's pulled himself into a cloak and is spinning a black ring on one pinky and is whispering, please, 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 please don't. Please leave me alone. Please, 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 please.
Hey, friend, you, good?
His eyes snap open and lock onto yours. And his mouth widens in a smile. And he says, hi.
And
And we're going to roll initiative.
Okay, cool. I hate to be a bummer, but what if we peed?
Let's take a bathroom break. We'll come back with initiative. Welcome to another mid-roll. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for sticking with us to the middle part of the episode. Middle-ish, you know. We always try to get this break whenever our bladders tell us it's time to go, and who knows when it's going to come. It could be 15 minutes into the episode, could be the last 5 minutes. I don't know. Regardless, welcome. Got some announcements for you, real quick. Get you right back to the show in just a couple of seconds of your attention, please. Per the code legal, we're playing, say it with me, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, an official Dungeons & Dragons licensed module written by Chris Perkins, Scott Fitzgerald Gray, Kim Mohan, and of course, Michelle Carter. Do you guys remember when I had to stop and look up those names and fumble them a little bit? Now, I feel like they're etched onto the top of my mouth, which is a horrifying image to think of. If you or any of the group of ghouls that you dug out of the local cemetery that follow you around every night would like to get into D&D, I highly recommend you go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all the ghoul-based accessories they've got for you. They've got books specifically made for those long, skeletal, ghoulish fingers so that they can turn the pages. They've got those comically large pens and pencils so that the ghouls can write down on their character sheets while still using their post-rigor mortis joints. And of course, they've got extra big character sheets for the comically large pencils. Guys, Wizards of the Coast have thought of everything this one time. So go to dnd.wizards.com, check out all the great D&D accessories that they have strictly for ghouls. I guess you can use them too if you're a human, but I mean, why would you want to? If you would like to end up as a character on our show, you can tweet us at CritStupid. You can also hit us up on TikTok or Instagram. Tell us what you thought of the most recent episode. Tell us if you think there's something we could be doing better. Tell us if there was a joke that you thought was particularly funny. And your name goes into the community NPC name pot to be a character in a future episode. Characters like Gnome in this particular episode. Gnome is at Gnome de Plume on Twitter. Gnome found us, I think, a couple episodes into our second season and has been doing a great job retweeting about the show and talking about things they like. So, Gnome, thank you so much. I hope that you have a great deal of luck on your next mushroom hunt. And thank you for supporting the show. Hope you stick around. This is very exciting. Big news. YouTube has recently announced that they are lowering their threshold for the YouTube Partner Program, which makes it easier for small shows like ours to qualify. We don't need 1,000 subscribers anymore. We only need 500. And guys, as of recording this, we're at 415. We're really close. The other barrier that is in our way is watch hours. So, as always, I would super appreciate it if you could tell a friend that you think might like our show. If you've got a D&D group that you think would enjoy our particular brand of idiot comedy and best friend energy, if you could recommend the show to them. We need to grow just a little bit more to qualify for this program, and then we can monetize the show and we get access to better cameras, better lights, better mics, better recording equipment. We can imagine we can hire an editor so that we can get atmosphere noise and background noise so that I am not, editing 100% of the episodes and also uploading TikToks and YouTube shorts and all this stuff. There are things that we can get access to if we cross that threshold of watch hours and subscribers. So, moral of the story, please recommend the show to a friend. If you have somebody in your life that you think might find us funny, please subscribe to the channel. Please watch our episodes. Even if we're on as background noise, I'm fine with that, honestly. Moral of the story is thank you for being here. Thank you for reviewing. Thank you for rating. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for recommending us to friends. And thank you for joining us in this journey. We've had a lot of success. We're not even a full year in, and we've had a lot of success. And all of that is thanks to you guys and your patience and your support. And from the bottom of my heart, really, thank you. It means a lot. All right. I've rambled enough. You take it squeezy out there. You're about to hear another delightful Libris Arcana ad, so prepare those earballs, and I will catch you on the flip side. You take it squeezy. I love you.
Hey, I just got a super exciting email today.
What'd you get?
My shipment order from Libris Arcana is on the way.
Let's go. What'd you get?
I got the new Emberstone for this month in July.
Are those the red ones?
It's
Like in the
the
light?
red and black ones that look like if you just took coals from a fire and put numbers on them.
Gorgeous.
So these are the dice. I think it was either last time or 2 episodes ago, Anthony and Diana, that you fucking got mad at me for not showing you because I got a sneak peek of them. And I've got them right here, actually. So this is the Emberstone dice. This is a terrible quality, so don't look at your camera because you should go to librisarcana.com and check out what these guys actually look like under like HD lights.
To clarify, the video quality is terrible, not the dice quality.
The dice are very good. The dice are very good. I am a bad quality person. But these dice look super cool. And actually, Garion, I literally couldn't have phrased it better myself. They look like somebody took coals and added numbers to them, which is super poetic for somebody of your...
What the fuck do you mean by that?
Everybody go to librisarcana.com, check out the new Emberstone dice. It's the new drop for July or August, I believe, and use our exclusive discount code STUPID20 for 20% off not only this set of dice if you'd like to sign up for the monthly set, but you can get 20% off any set of dice site-wide, as well as some of their leather book covers for the Dungeons and Dragons module books. If you're a wandering D&D player, you know how much wear and tear those books go through, so getting a leather set to cover your books that you spent good money on is well worth it. librisarcana.com with the exclusive discount code STUPID20. Get this awesome set of dice or any other monthly set you like. You can cancel as soon as you finish placing the order. You don't have to talk to a person. You don't have to go jump through any hoops. You can simply hit cancel, and it's not a single problem. And get yourself a set of these fantastic dice.
Love you.
librisarcana.com. Dice for life. What's going on, dear listener? We have feel immensely refreshed. I personally had a very strong stream, and it enlivened me.
My stream was weak, I had to say.
Oh, get a better stream. Okay, above table. Anthony, did you want to do something before we rolled initiative?
Yeah, just real quick. So as we're walking up the stairs, Arnold feels, like healthy again. He's just like, oh, I'm no longer feeling that weirdness. He's like, oh, that was interesting. So he kind of turns around back toward TP and the
jump
rope.
What's
his name? Jump rope. Yeah, TP and jump rope, and kind of like glances back and sends Mage Hand as if to like get the jong.
Yep.
But I'm doing this because I want to take a look at TP. To see what TP looks like.
Oh, sure. You're going to do that with Mage Hand?
Well, I'm using Mage Hand as an excuse to grab the jong, so my eyes can turn around and say, yeah.
All right, you are going up a set of stairs that's one level above where...
Oh, so I can't see. There's a floor? Is there a floor?
Yeah, there's a floor between.
Oh, never mind then. I thought
on the floor beneath you is Mel and Keanbro, and then you and Garath walk up another floor.
I forgot it was like a spiral. Okay, gotcha. Never mind. I thought I could see behind me, but go on.
Okay. So we're going to roll initiative really quick. Garath, Arnold, Mel, and Keanbro, please, just so that I can know where you are in the order. You two aren't necessarily involved in the combat, but I like having everybody down.
Garath got a 17.
I got a
17.
1.
Oh,
Oof.
Arnold got a 1.
11 for me.
11 for Keanbro. Mel?
14.
14 is quite good, actually. Bad guys rolled a 19. Let's go. Bad guys, and then Garion's gonna go, and then Mel's gonna go, and then Keanbro's gonna go, and then Arnold, you're going dead last. All right.
Yo.
You have to say dead last.
Ah, classic pun. Okay. Garath, this figure is lying slumped on the floor in front of you, whose eyes have snapped open and is now staring deep into your soul with pupils the size of broken dinner plates.
Normal.
You hear a scraping metallic sound as he grabs 2 of these pieces of like slivered steel beside him. And you actually notice, Garath, that it's not slivered steel at all, but rather the jagged remains of all of the mirrors that have been broken in this room around you. And this figure is going to throw himself at you with both of these pieces of mirror clutched in his hands. And he's going to roll a 15 against your AC.
And he can suck my nuts because that's 2 points higher than 13, which is my AC.
All right. You're going to take 6 points of piercing damage as a sharpened sliver of mirror slices your padded leather robes and cuts deep into your bicep. And now this figure is like clenched onto you, kind of like a crawling spider monkey. And this, his ear is next to you, or his mouth is next to your ear. And he continues to whisper, please, 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 please leave me alone. Please don't hurt me, please.
So he's like crawling on me.
Yep. But it is
Can
your
I
turn.
just like, can I just like fall and body slam him into the ground?
Yeah, roll an acrobatics check.
All right. I got a nat 1, ancient eye, and you're out.
All right.
Well, hold on. 1 + 3 is 4.
Sure. All right. Yeah, cool. Nat 1 + 4. You topple backwards and throw yourself down the stairs.
With him on me.
With him
Maybe your
on you.
iron's low. You should eat it.
You should eat that D6.
I'm just kidding. Do not eat the dice.
So good.
Mel, you turn to see the rogue throw himself down the stairs with another man attached to his shoulders. The two of them collide against the stairs, and Garath lets out a muffled like, "Ugh!" And then they like careen into the empty air above this really elegant living room and shatter one of the glass coffee tables into like an explosion of glass and metal.
Oh.
Where are
Which
they?
one of us hit the table?
Odds or evens, Garath?
Odds.
You hit the table. You're gonna take an additional 3 points of damage.
I take it back. I don't want to know who hit the table.
Nah. That's you. And you're gonna
that
keep track
one.
of your damage this time for really reals, right?
I've taken 9 damage.
All right, great. Mel, it is your turn.
19.
So they are how close to me?
Oh yeah, 19. You're right.
I'd say about 10 feet. They're in the middle of this room that's just fallen from the floor above.
Can I see that Garath is hurt? Do I see blood? Do I see?
Oh yeah, you for sure see blood at 19 points of damage. There's a copious amount.
Then I shoot him.
Okay.
Real, can I do something as like a reactionary thing, just real fast?
Is it a reaction on your sheet?
I don't actually know.
Tell me about it.
I'm actively like super bleeding out and like about to die, and I want to like get the fuck out of here. And now that everybody knows what's going on and that I'm dipping, I'm teleporting out of there.
Gonna teleport out of there. Okay. All right. It is a bonus action to use your magical item. So yes.
Hold on. Wait. I forgot that I take damage when I do that. And if I roll too high on the d6, that will legitimately kill me.
If you'll remember, actually, it's no longer a D6 after your last jump through in the theater with Stevie Wildcard. I believe it's a D10.
Even better. Yeah, I'm not. No, that will straight up kill me if I do that.
Okay.
I'm good.
You're good. All right. So Mel, yes, you
changed my
can
mind.
shoot them. I will tell you that this figure is like thoroughly wrapped around Garath. So don't
Yeah,
roll
but he's
low.
on top, right? Like,
Well, Garath's
I
on
hit-
top.
I-
Garath,
yeah.
Garath
I
hit
thought
the-
Garath hit the table though. That would put him on bottom.
No, yeah. I mean, like they are. Yeah, he is technically on top. But I'm saying if you roll a 1, you will
I'm not
shoot
gonna
your
roll.
rogue.
I'm not gonna roll a 1. Are you
All
kidding
right. I
me?
love the
Well, you say
confidence.
Now that
that.
you said that, though.
No, I don't. I mean, I've got like the craziest fucking modifier.
I'm gonna be honest.
anyway.
A big motivating factor for wanting to teleport out of there was like an arrow being pointed at me with
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
If she does roll a 1, can I like reflex teleport away before it hits me? Like roll a reflex.
Nah,
save,
fam. No way, dude.
Yeah.
Chill out, man. I rolled. Just hold on. I got a math though. You are so fine, my dude. You are beyond fine with my crazy ass modifier. That was a 20 fucking 5.
Okay. Yes, a 25 hits. Roll some damage, please, Bestie.
That's the D8, right?
Correct. 2 pyramids,
Which
butt to
one's
butt.
the D8? With the +3, that's it. It's an 8.
Okay.
5, 3.
Your arrow slams into the side of who you assume to be Gnome Kibbins. And the force of it almost propels him off Garath. Not quite, but knocks the majority of his body weight off. And a spray of blood splatters this white Cavitera marble. And he screams. And it is Keanbro's turn.
Whoa, you guys, like this is escalated like really, really quickly, and I really just need you guys all to just calm down a little bit. Like everybody just chill.
He stabbed me with broken glass.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
I
he should
told
chill
you he
out.
wasn't home. You don't
didn't
listen,
say he
do
was-
you? All right, listen. I'll make sure you don't die, but like first I'm gonna like chill this dude out. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Hold Person
Okay.
on Gnome to try to subdue him to just
I imagine it's like when you have like a pet hamster and you just grab it.
yeah, I feel like he's just grabbing him by like the scruff of the neck as like the thematic components of Hold
All right.
Person.
Kicking him
Because
around.
Keanbro doesn't really understand how magic works.
I rolled a 9 on my wisdom saving throw. So Gnome
He is
Kibbins
held.
is held.
All right,
Right.
dude.
Gareth, you feel these hands like sort of still scrabbling against your bicep and shoulders freeze as these pieces of slivered steel are frozen in Gnome's clawed hands. Arnold Stevenson, it is your turn.
Okay. Given what I've seen just happen and like how the creature or how Gnome is moving and such, can I tell anything about him? Like, do I know what kind of creature he is at all?
As far as you can tell, Arnold, it's just because you're a bard and like I love you, but you don't have the specialties to know really what's going on. It's just a crazy guy.
Fair enough.
See. Okay. That's fine. I mean, can I do like an investigation? Can I kind of like look more on him? Like, can I investigate his?
Give me an
His
Arcana check, Arnold.
Damn it! Trying to push that investigation thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because it's real good. Okay. All right. Let me see. My Arcana's not as great. All right. It's I got a 12.
Turning to the staircase, watching Garath get himself thrown down. Garath threw himself down the stairs, which you don't quite understand, but you feel like
It was a
good reason
tactical
for it. It was a
maneuver.
tactical retreat, exactly. You see that there are pieces of these mirrors scattered all over the floor in this upper room, the frames of which are all over the walls. There's a massive one over the bed. There's several on the ceiling because Gnome fucking rolls like that. There's a couple over a bureau and then, by a window. Every single one has been fully gouged out to the point where there are wooden gouge marks on the frame behind the mirror where whoever broke these mirrors clearly like scooped something out to get all of the pieces. And as you stand there looking down the stairs, it's in the periphery of your vision, and it's only for a second, but you could swear there is a set of eyes watching you from the shards of the mirror on the floor.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, he's crazy.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
And
you
right
have
now,
done a lot of drugs tonight, though. So
You're
can you
high.
really trust that that's what you saw?
so that's amazing. So right now, Gnome is taken care of. Can I pick up one of the shards and look at it?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I pick up one of the shards and I take a look to see if I can get a better look at this creature or whatever's in.
It appears to just be a mirror. You're looking at your own reflection, a little bit of the room behind you, and then obviously like a little bit of like the wilds beyond the wall of Waterdeep that you can see over.
If I turn the mirror toward the gnome, what does it reflect? Does it reflect anything different?
Yes, so it takes a little bit of twisting, Arnold, because obviously you got to get to the staircase to
Right.
sort of like look over it at the scenario below you, which is fucking crazy, I have to say. Arnold, you see your friend Garath, the rogue, bleeding broken. Low key looks like he's dying on the floor of this living room.
Okay.
Wrapped
Not
around
dead
him
yet.
in a frozen human cage is a barrister of the law of Waterdeep. He's wearing like a barrister's cloak that's billowing in the breeze. His shirt is tattered and stained and missing buttons. He's still wearing like a remnant of his wig that's like on a string around his back, sort of sombrero style. And as a double image laid against this barrister, you see a blue and white specter with dug talons for hands that are extending like swords from the knuckle, and a mouth of like bleeding needles and eyes that push far deeper into its head than it has any right to. And it swivels its head almost faster than it should have been able to and stares directly into your eyes through the mirror. And I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, got it.
Probably fine.
I'm fine. I'm
great.
gonna live a little. Oh god. Okay, no, that's good. Let's see. Where's my my Constitution's 0. Okay, so 15.
15. Okay. You feel something push you, Arnold, off the stairs, following the same trajectory that Garath fell, but you managed to like pull yourself back from the edge of the stairs and sort of like sit down fast enough to keep yourself from being thrown off the edge.
Awesome.
We're gonna go top of the order, bad guy's turn. Keanbro, you hear muffled thumping coming from the trapdoor that I imagine you close the trapdoor behind you as you're used to do to sort of like keep jump rope and TP beneath you so that you and Gnome have like privacy when you're hanging out. So you hear jump rope saying, "Hello, hello, who's up there? What's going on?" And you see, do you see it? Do you feel it? Something rises above the paralyzed figure of Gnome Kibbins. It's like a combination of like cold air and ultraviolet light and sharp angles where there shouldn't be sharp angles. And Garath, you see this too. You feel a specter rise above the prostrate form of Gnome Kibbins and stare into your eyes.
I can feel it.
My
My man Arnold, you were right.
Oh
He
Lord.
was possessed.
All right. It is going to swipe at you, Garath. Oh, it's only gonna roll a fucking 9. Dog shit. Worst ghost I've ever used.
Ooh, you should suck.
It should suck?
I was gonna say you should kill yourself, and then I realized it was a ghost, so I tried to change it, but it was too late.
What should this ghost suck, Garath?
My nuts.
I don't know why I expected something else.
It
is your turn.
Great, I dangle my nuts in this ghost's mouth. Am I still being like pinned on the ground?
You're not being pinned, but I think the curious case of a paralyzed figure that was paralyzed as he clutched you, I think you are wrapped in like a brittle embrace by Gnome Kibbins.
Okay, I think now at this point, I'm just gonna like look at Dianna or Mel and Arnold and be like, yeah, I'll be back at like 5. And then I just like teleport out and then like walk back in through downstairs.
All right. Garath, you snap your fingers and you evaporate from this
Oh
Frozen
fuck! I'm
embrace.
still low. Wait, did I get healed by Keanbro yet? He said he was gonna do that, but I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. You
And then
snap
it's
your
too late
fingers
now,
and
isn't it?
disappear from the brittle embrace of a paralyzed gnome Kibbins. You stride through the gray space between planes. And actually, as you take those first few steps, Garath, you turn around and you see a woman with bleeding eyes and a mouthful of jagged teeth standing over gnome Kibbins, staring into your fucking soul. But you're moving faster than she is, and you manage to walk through the place between planes to your knife. And as you reach out, you hear the voice of Giaffalump whisper, "You left me." And as your hand closes around the hilt, you're going to roll a d10 and take the amount of burning damage.
Oh, let's fucking go. It was a 2.
All right, you're only going to take 2 points of damage as you clasp your hand around the knife and you breathe and surge back into the world. And you are going to roll an acrobatics dexterity saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. I rolled a nat 20, baby.
All right, you managed to keep your footing, much to my dismay, as the crow that Arnold stole the breath of stares beadily into your eyes, and your knife is sitting in its nest in the pine copse about 30 feet away from the windmill, and it looks at you and goes,
Ha! Wait, didn't Arnold give its voice back?
"Yeah, that's why it caws at you, but it's still mad about it."
Oh, when you cawed, your mic cut
Oh,
out
sorry. Yeah,
perfectly.
sorry. I cawed.
So you
sorry,
just meant
guys.
the crow looks at you and goes,
You know what? I'll add a raven crow in post.
I am big. Just a stalk in like, ha! Oh my god, it'll be
You know
so
what? Maybe
good.
it'll just be that sound, just overlaid into my voice. All right, we're going to
Okay.
cut away from you, Garath. You're stuck in a tree. We'll deal with you next round. Mel, you are standing in the second floor store next to Keanbro. You have just seen Garath look at you and be like, "Sorry, bro," and just like disappear. And now you're looking at a prostrate gnome Kibbins, and you've got an unpleasant, like crawling sensation on the small of your neck as you look at the empty air above this fucking sad sack lawyer. Oh, Josh Pat, by the way, is barking his goddamn head off. He's got his butt firmly planted against your feet like he's protecting you, and he is just like barking up a storm.
Because of the ghost.
So can I not see the ghost?
I don't think you can. Not yet.
Would I be able to see it if I cast the thing that tells me about the undead?
Detect undead?
No, the other one.
What's it called, Bessie?
Primeval awareness?
Bessie, primeval awareness will tell you if there's an undead within 1 mile of you and does not reveal the creature's location or number. So I'm going to tell you right off the jump, it's here.
Well, no, I figured that much. No, that's why I was asking. I guess I would. So gnome's being held, so I don't really need to shoot. So I guess I would just probably be like, what the hell is going on?
Okay. There is a brittle snap, like 2 baby carrots snapping in half. And despite the paralysis, you see Gnome Kibbin's jaw start moving after he's broken both of his jawbones. And a voice moves his mouth and says, "Hello." Could you guys hear that? I don't know if my mic cut that out.
Yeah,
No, we can hear
Yeah, we
you.
heard.
All right, cool.
I was just waiting to see if it said anything else.
It sounded like if a monster picked up the phone.
Hey,
Kind
that's
of.
great. That's a
Hello.
huge W for my voice acting skills.
So obviously Mel realizes this is fucked up because the jaw and the whatnot.
That was the first clue.
No, it was the first clue. So she's a little bit on unnerved. And would probably say, who are you? What do you want?
want to be free.
What?
Crazy Attack on Titan reference.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. What do you mean you want to be free? How are we supposed to free you?
I have been bound to this plane, to this mediocre man. And I would have my soul set free.
You know, we actually have experience in this area. What do you need? What do you need us to do to set you free?
Drugs.
Well,
we got
you're in
experience
luck,
that
baby.
area too.
What do you got, that cloud vapor?
No, I was kidding.
It's canon now. You have to keep going.
Yeah, no.
Yes, and.
Yes, yeah, I don't have to yes and myself. I can recant my own bullshit. No, she says,
Find the man they call Losser. He has stolen me and my kin.
Oh, you need a lozenge? Is that...
Losser.
Okay, got it.
It's a hard name to pronounce.
Where do we find him? Give us a hint.
Ask this one.
and she kicks Gnome Kibbins, and he like flinches despite his paralysis, and a muted whimper escapes his mouth.
Yo, Gnome, you're possessed. You might have noticed. You're a little possessed right now. It's not the drugs. Hey, we are willing to help you out because this is low-key terrifying. Who's lost her? Where do we find him? How did this happen? Why were you ghost hunting anyway?
Gnome Kibbins does not respond and is still paralyzed. Actually, Bessie, you can see his eyes are just digging into like the wall adjacent to like he's got like 1,000-yard stare. Like he's not even home right now.
Oh, then I'm gonna say, hey, I asked him. He is full on dissociated. So you gotta.
If you're possessing him, can you like start him like a lawnmower? Just kind of
Right.
Just like rip that.
Can you just like bring him back a little bit?
Yeah.
Maybe is there like a little bit of ice water you can
It's-
use to like?
I think it's me, but so Mrs. Ghost Lady, whatever your name is, so you seem like a
Lafayette.
perfectly Lafayette. Okay, great. Could you not?
Edramina Lafayette.
Detramina, that
That's
seems
Edge,
fitting.
Edramina.
Edramina, whatever.
Lafayette.
Got it.
Hey, Edramina, did you have a key?
Yeah.
Is this your key? And like, I don't have it, but like, hey, do we have? I think we might have.
I think I have. I took it from Tess.
You're
So I-
showing the key to the windmill.
I ain't showing anything. Arnold just asked a question.
I was just
there.
asking. I was
I don't think she like.
like, she
has
wouldn't
anything
recognize it.
we're
Okay,
talking
okay.
about. Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay.
I like the shot in the dark, but I don't think
Well,
so.
because we know that name, right? I just don't remember.
Yeah, it is her key.
Correct. The key.
Okay.
You've heard the name Lafayette before. That was the name on the mausoleum that you went to in the City of the Dead,
Right.
where you found the
Right.
key to the windmill.
Right.
But Edramina does not. Edramina, whoever this fucking person is, does not recognize the key.
Okay.
But it's
Oh,
her
all right.
key.
So, like, could you not possess my friend? That would be like ideal because, like,
that'd
you
be
know,
really
like he's
cool,
my
yeah.
friend, and like, this behavior is kind of really upsetting for me. But like, also, we'd be happy to help you, but like, maybe you could just not possess anybody for a hot minute, like, and just chill. I don't know, like,
Well, I think she was bound to him.
bound.
It doesn't
shit.
show
Keanbro.
that this is her choice.
Keanbro, roll me.
Why?
Roll
Why?
Me an
Who
Arcana
would
check.
choose to
An
be bound to
Arcana,
some
that's a
mediocre
great
white
fucking
dude?
It's
Like,
fucking straight up, right? Like if I could be bound by anybody, it'd be Selma Hayek.
that was a
That's
good
fair. That's fair. 7.
7. All right. As you say, like, can you not, like, can you leave my boy alone? Can you just like be chill?
Yeah.
Keanbro, who's your patron? Who's your god?
Yandala.
Yendala.
It's a halfling goddess.
Of what?
Protection.
All right. There's a moment where like the clouds along the sunset part and a brilliant beam of scarlet sunshine breaks into the second floor, gleaming off the furniture and the other windows and the gauze and linen curtains billowing in the breeze. And your eyes are hurt by a reflection coming from the black band on this lawyer's pinky finger.
Oh, you got to take the ring off the finger. And he'll just bend down and take off the ring. Just remove it from.
Okay, great. Give me a dexterity check. I just want to see if you pull his finger off.
A check. Okay.
Pull this whole finger out.
Let's see.
Maybe his fingers pop off like Hershey's Kisses.
It's a 10.
10? Yeah, all right, you get it. You reach down, Keanbro, after divining a moment from the goddess of protection, and you swipe this ring off Gnome Kibbin's finger. And there's a howl of wind that has no business being in this beautiful sunset scape that you're looking at, that almost seems like it blows in from like an invisible hurricane. And the curtains all flap and move the opposite way, and the air turns cold and chilly. And there's an otherworldly scream that sounds like... Arnold, can you give me an otherworldly scream, please?
I think the best part about that was like, as soon as you said otherworldly scream, you went, Arnold, can you? And then just immediately.
He just ripped it so hard.
Ready.
Holy shit.
It was so funny because the way he did it, his mic only picked up the start and end. So he went, ah!
That's awesome.
That was the greatest sound effect we have ever had, Anthony.
Yeah, it's good.
10 out of 10.
My new ringtone.
Thank you.
It's really good.
All right. Keanbro, you hear an otherworldly scream, and
Do it again.
no. You only get one. As this malevolent presence evaporates into the sunshine, and you feel a coldness press into the palm of your hand underneath this ring, almost like a menthol patch pushing deep into the skin.
Oh, like
And-
trying to go into my skin?
I don't think it's trying to possess you necessarily. I think it's just the presence in this ring. And you hear Gnome inhale from his position on the floor and go,
Your jaw, buddy. Let me just like.
oh yeah, and then he goes,
quick.
ah!
Just let me help you with that, buddy.
Okay.
We are out of initiative right now, so everybody has sort of free action.
Yeah.
So the
So I think
spirit
at
is
this
bound
moment,
to the
Garath like
ring.
angrily bursts open through the door and just like kicks Gnome in the ribs.
I think you
Raw!
go to
You'd
open
have
the
to
door,
go all the way
Garrett,
up the
and then
stairs
you
and
hear Jumper Up
everything.
go, hello. Who's that then?
I'm the identical twin brother of the drug dealer and his friends who were here earlier.
The drug dealer and his friends?
I'm the twin brother of all of them. They aren't related, but I'm all of their twin brother.
What's the password then?
I have heroin. Fantasy heroin.
DP, I
The
know it's
friends is
crazy,
called
but this
Sharon.
guy's got the password. It's crazy.
You need a better.
Yeah, I think you hear a grinding of gears and the door opens and Jumper Up goes, oh, it's you. Are you okay? You look like you've had the shit kicked out of you.
Oh shit, that's right.
You look like you've been stabbed in the arm with glass, burned, yelled at, and fallen out of the tree. What the hell's happened to you?
Yeah, right? He's like, what the fuck? Weren't you just upstairs?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Okay, fair
very
play. Dude,
light-
go on up.
I'm very lightheaded. Sorry, I've lost a lot of blood.
You want to hit?
Yes.
Hope you don't get the
Obviously,
poison
yes.
damage.
All right. He hands you the jong. Gareth, roll a d20 for me, please.
Can I see
I'm
Gareth? No, he's still
No,
down.
no, there's no
I thought
chance,
so.
Arnold.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I got it. I got an 18. Surely that's not disastrous.
You are. You're sure you rolled an 18?
No.
All right, you get 10 hit points back.
What?
Ah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That's amazing.
Moral of the story, everybody. You should do drugs.
All right, let's cut back to Mel, Arnold, and Keanbro at the top. You've got Gnome Kibbins slowly coming back to life. I think he's like twitching out of this paralyzation spell
Mm-hmm.
and
I'll have dropped it.
sort of like holding his broken jaw gingerly.
Mel is going to say, one, you're welcome. Two, who is I forgot the name already, bestie.
Oh, Losser.
Lawson.
Yeah,
thought it was
lozenge
loser,
was the
but
only thing in
okay.
my head, but I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah.
Hey, I know like your jaw hurts or whatever, but I really need to know who Losser is and where to find them.
Gnome Kibbin says, Losser. How do you, oh God. How do you know that name?
You really want to waste your ability to speak on asking that stupid ass question after you were just possessed and we just helped you? Yes, I shot you, but it helped you. So
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Who
he
is
looks down
he?
at the arrow in
Where do
his
we
rib
find
cage.
him?
He's like, yeah, thanks, bro.
hey, you could if you wanna stay possessed, I'll have your bro there put the ring back on your finger if that's what you want. Or you can just
Also, this
tell
guy's
me what I want to
Talking a
know.
lot of shit for somebody who shoved a 16-inch piece of glass shard into my arm.
Well, that's low-key probably why Mel is like zero patience for. I mean, anytime somebody goes after one of y'all, she always has to shoot them, and now she's annoyed, and he had this ring, and she's got questions, but his jaw is broken, and he's wasting her time.
Keanbro will fix his jaw.
Um,
And the arrow.
yeah, actually, do you want to do that now so I don't have to fucking mutter my way through this and get through this
Yes.
interaction? Please, Keanbro.
He will heal him.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Mel, you see Keanbro kneel down and place his hands on either side of Gnome's face, almost like he's doing like
And Mel's gonna go, oh, yay. Now he can ask me more pointless fucking questions.
and then do you roll for lay on hands, Keanbro, or do I roll for it?
No, it's just I just give you as many out of my pool as I think you need.
All right, yeah, that's fine. I think just
I
enough
don't
for
know
his
how
jaw.
many that is, but
You know what? Let's say you give him
5
enough to
or
fix
10,
his jaw,
I
but
don't know.
leave the arrow wound in his side because he did low key deserve that one.
Yeah.
All right. So no,
He will pull the arrow out, but he can.
No, don't
figure
pull
that
it out. Don't pull it out.
No, leave it in.
Did
Leave it
you
in.
want it
If there's
back?
if there's
Okay.
one
No,
thing
you
we've
always
learned
gotta
in
leave
Critically
it
Stupid is
in.
that you leave the puncture item inside the body.
Yeah, you want to stabilize it and get him to a hospital.
All right.
Fantasy hospital.
Mel, you hear two like little clicks as Keanbro or as Gnome Kibbin's jaw clicks back into place, and he goes,
I have that
Oh.
problem too.
"Oh, that's better." Sorry, what? Oh, Losser, Merklov, yeah, Losser. Gosh, this is a little. Oh, it's a little embarrassing. And now, yeah, he Dandy Mops is it's the name of a store. He's not a Dandy Mop, although he might be. He operates under a store called Dandy Mops. It's in the trades ward. It's a wig store.
How did you get this ring? Don't. I'll shoot you again. How'd
Okay,
you get
all right.
the
I've been looking for a little extra money on the side, and I went, Losser had like he said he could like give me a little bit of money for a job, and then that job turned into like another job, and so like I've been stealing corpses out of the city of the dead for like 2 weeks.
Bro.
Yeah, sorry,
Mm,
Keanbro. I didn't
I'm
want to tell you.
so
'cause I feel like
disappointed in you,
Really,
man.
bro?
So
That's-
can
that's-
Arnold,
thing.
while that's happening, can Arnold be like, "Oh, that's so great! Can I see that ring? I can't believe you stole this!" And just like take the ring.
That's between you and Keanbro.
I want to
man.
do that. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, this is so that's terrible," and just kind of like subtly.
Keanbro's gonna close his hand around the ring.
All right, let's do a sleight of hand check from Arnold the Bard, and let's do a is there like a actually let's just do sleight of hand checks, like either one. Let's hire one win.
Sure.
Okay.
Mel is going to say, did Losser give
I
you
give it.
this ring, or did you steal this
Let me see.
ring from a corpse, or
What do we get?
I only got a 7.
I got a flat 17.
Okay, yeah, I think Keanbro's hand just like snaps closed, and he just sort of like slaps your other hand, Arnold.
Right?
No.
Noam Kibben says, oh, I took it as like a prize. It was like on the cart, one of the people's hands was just sort of like dangling open, and it had a ring on it, and I thought finders keepers.
one of the
Corpses,
this
bodies.
was Losser, but it was already in Losser's possession. You had
It was Losser's cart. Yeah, it's sort of like a wheelbarrow attached to a donkey scenario.
nice
That's a
throwback.
callback. It's a callback to our last
appreciate that.
episode.
I appreciate that. Do you know why Losser wanted all these corpses?
Roll an insight check, please, Diana.
I mean, he's a politician, so who knows.
My God, imagine that'd be fucking rad.
Raise more voters.
Fuck 11.
He just clams up, Bessie. He doesn't say anything on that aspect of it. Arnold, do you want to get in on this? You're also around. Just I know you're letting Diana have the spotlight right now. I just want to also roll you in if you want to.
No, not right now. I'm just listening.
All right.
Yeah, so if he's gonna clam up, then Mel's gonna get more threatening. And probably be just like, I asked you a question. I'm trying to help you. You were possessed by something, and I don't know if it's gonna come back to possess you again. I don't know why it would. You wouldn't be my first choice.
All right, so I'm gonna do. I step in as a good cop, and I'm like, look, I would possess you. You are such a great guy. Like, it's so awesome. Like you seem wonderful. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to be inside of you. That came out wrong. But what I'm saying is, I think
I'm trying to be inside of you right now. I want to be in you.
So Arnold's like, but look, we're just trying to help you. I'm trying to persuade this guy. So I want to be like, listen, can you just give us all the information? We're not here to judge you. We have our own ghost mafia situation going on. We deal with this kind of stuff all the time. We're not here to judge or ruin your life or anything. We want to help. We're trying to help you and help the ghost.
Roll me a persuasion check, Arnold.
I got a 22.
Per persuasion?
I have a 7 persuasion.
He's a bard.
Oh, Bart.
Jesus God. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Gnome says, I don't know. He said something about like an army, and I didn't really ask questions because oh God, my jaw really hurts. I didn't really ask questions.
Can I bust through the door at this moment?
You can sprint up the stairs and arrive winded.
Yeah, I just picture Garath like coming up through the trap door, like covered in like caked in dried blood. There's like twigs and shit in his hair. And he's just like, I don't give a fuck about your jaw.
I'm sorry, more winded, please.
That's it.
All right. So like, is your friend like this loser guy or whatever his name is? Is he like a lich or like a necromancer or something? Because I have concerns about who you are like hanging out with, my dude.
Right.
Like,
yeah. No, I know that you want me to like go to church with you and shit, Keanbro.
I
And,
mean,
like,
like,
I respect it. I dig it. It's cool, and like we're always gonna be best friends forever. But I don't
yeah.
want to go to church. And also, Losser, yeah, he might be a necromancer, probably.
So, like, I mean, like, you don't have to go to church, but it'd just be really cool if you could stop doing things like undead, like grave robbing and like things that are like absolutely like super not
Sick, twisted, and amoral.
yeah, like like I like the drug use, whatever, you do like like just like grave robbing, it's pretty disrespectful to the dead, and that's like not really
Yeah, we
cool.
definitely would never condone taking
No.
something from a grave or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean that's
But
how you end up with cursed rings on your finger,
yeah,
right?
never
Like,
once. Dandy mops, was that right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, Dan, it's called
In
Dandy Mops. And like
Dandy
Keanbro,
mops,
like I know I'm sorry I failed you, man. Like I know that you want me to like be good, and I'll be better. And I do think I've stolen from my last grave, but like nobody can be as good as
Hooray.
you, bro. Like you're too good.
well, like maybe just like don't steal bodies. Like that's the really concerning part. Like,
Or
I mean,
That's the only way I need to get into heaven is to just not steal bodies. That's so easy.
like no, like there's more to it a little bit than that, but like a good start would be like don't steal dead bodies, maybe like don't help necromancers raise like an undead army. Like that's a good starting point, my
Yeah, that
man.
part was pretty fucked up of you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just asking you to the bare minimum, man. Bare minimum.
All right. Yeah, you're right. I'll stop stealing dead bodies, but only because I want to go to heaven someday.
Ugh,
Great, we
why?
could talk about how that works
Yeah,
later.
you guys
Critically
can
Stupid is a
so,
Christian
hey,
podcast.
It's family.
We're a family-friendly
Family.
Christian podcast.
We're talking about halfling heaven here, where you get to eat
Mute her.
like every 2
Mute her.
hours, and there's always beer and a party. Okay,
Nice.
so
Can Arnold ask the guy, I just wanted to say, like, so were you raising an army of the undead for a specific reason or for specific people? Like, what was happening? What was that
Man,
about?
you're gonna have to ask Losser. He didn't tell me anything. He had like 2 apprentices with him, and they knew stuff, but I didn't really. I was just hands. I didn't
I think
really.
it's so cool how you just rob graves and gather corpses and don't know why. Hey, so I was thinking that maybe since we're gonna follow up on this Losser thing and you're trying to get Gnome to, find God or whatever, maybe we can hold on to that ring because I think we are gonna need it to release whatever spirit is inside.
sure. Yeah, no, I mean, like it's I get where you're coming from. Maybe I could like try to like unpossess the ring before you take it.
I mean, yeah, if you let go of it,
I
it won't
mean,
be in your possession anymore. That's how possession works.
God damn it, Anthony. I think you guys walk out the windmill. Garath, you are bleeding from several wounds. I think you've got like one of your arms is like twisted up from your fall down the stairs. You've got twigs in your hair and sap on your hands. Arnold,
The crow like pecked me in my eye, so I'm like,
You want to be healed before you leave.
my hair tie snapped, so now my hair is all everywhere too.
Every one of Josh Pat's hackles has risen up, and he's constantly sniffing and growling, expecting more ghosts. Mel, you're fine. Arnold, you're pretty fucking freaked out. I think your hair is like fully standing on end from your encounter with like the mirror. And as you guys walk downstairs, I think Jump Rope looks at you and goes, hello. Maybe you should lower your dosage then, eh? Can't hold it. Can't stand a swing with the big boys.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, Jump Rope, could we maybe take some of that to go back to home? I'm kind of interested. It's my first time. Like I've said, I'm not used to this kind of thing. I just would love to take. Do you have a little like a doggy bag? Do you have a to-go cup?
This is so funny because from Jump Rope's perspective, we are drug dealers.
No.
So, like, one of the drug dealers.
You're the dealer, and we're just with you.
I think that
Sure.
we are a Critically Stupid is a family-friendly Christian podcast.
You should do drugs.
So this guy absolutely hands you a paper baggie full of miscellaneous drugs. Good night, everybody. Before we leave, Jenna, can you shout out what you got going on and your links one more time so our viewers can find you?
Yeah, so I'm Jenna. I am a regular on the Tales from the Forgotten Troupe. Right now we are playing through Masks, which is a superhero TTRPG. So come check it out on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/the Forgotten Troupe. And you can find us on Twitter at Forgotten Troupe.
What nights are you live, Jenna?
We are live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Exclusive discount code STUPID20 for 20% off anything you order across the whole site. Bleed out slowly.
I am legitimately horrified by this ad.